despite being able to pull off some very good mid-game team fights, which is exactly what EG is going to be wanting to do in this one. Twisted Fate, especially against Twitch and Nidalee, kind of too. Pobelter, especially with his increased focus on League now that he's done high school, has been a monster in the laning phase in the mid-game. And again, Helios has made it into the opponent jungle for a gank.
And already the roam from Pobelter as well. The level 5 coming down. They may be able to finalize something, even if it goes under the turret on this one.
Nice wait!
Great job, Helios, playing the mind games. Doublelift tries to get out. He has nothing. They're making sure they get there before any of the summoner spells are back up and work off it perfectly.
The patience on both sides of that gank. Dove here by Inox, even without the ignite.
Yeah.
He's got his ultimate.
Just waiting it on, wait for that burnout to go off so he's not taking as much damage once he starts taking turret hits.
Still got his flash,
yeah, this
but
is going to be
TF
rough.
On the way.
Wow, and a chance to just feed Pobelter full on that one. Very well played.
EG is doing fantastic at the start of this game. In a sense, Inox able to take the turret, and now probably going to try and burn the ultimate off of Seraph as well.
Get a nice W stun in. It doesn't look like it'll be up in time. Dominus shredding about HP out, but Seraph will be safe. Hello.
Right in the face of Dexter.
Helios says, this is mine. Dexter is in there by himself. He actually cues it, flashes over the wall. That gets traded over to Altac, who now with the blue buff is going to be having a grand old time. And Link splits just enough. Oh, the play hits both Link and Aframu. Remember that Altac has the blue so he can fire out rockets, but there's no need to chase. They just gain full control of the middle of the map. Oh, coming down. This is what EG has been doing, but the wards now that CLG places allows them to start counteracting this. Aframu walks right into the front. Black Shield is down, but there's Dexter as well. Holding onto the Cataclysm, waits for a nice shot. Doublelift is just on the backside. Rat-a-tat-tat's already going out. He is making some hits right now. Dexter trying to still get into range to lock somebody down. He knows that Inox can just slice and dice out, but he doesn't. He is stuck now in that, waiting very patiently. CLG gets everything they want out of that with 3 kills.
That is exactly the turnaround that CLG needed for this one. They caught EG.
EG balled up in the fight. 2-0 as we said for Altac. Usually can play quite well if they keep themselves on the outside. They still have the poke of Pobelter's wild cards as well. Might be able to find themselves some fights they need. Helios, a little aggressive once again. Is the team there to react though? Shield goes down and they might have pulled Dexter into exactly what they wanted. Very nicely done. The repel goes up. He took that Cataclysm damage, but they cannot finalize a kill back for EG or CLG.
And also notice how EG bursted through the...
Going to get tougher and tougher. CLG loves to play for this portion of the game. Now they can start to control it. They move wherever they want. Doublelift is right there as Seraph used as the catalyst to get this fight going, and it's going to be the quick takedown. Doublelift starts to get himself kills around the map, and that's exactly what CLG is looking for.
Nice move right there, and you can really see shut down Link as EG dives in, but Crepo's low right now. There's no Zhonya's on Pobelter, so they can't actually stop this siege very efficiently. If they do fight, it will be a very high-risk maneuver. But a hook on a Twitch!
A good grab. Doublelift a little too close. He gets himself out perfectly. They're all standing in line for the rat-a-tat-tat, and they quickly disperse from that, realizing the damage is just crushing them down. Doublelift, after firing off a few more, finds a kill onto Helios, and that's exactly what they wanted. EG is now a little too hurt to probably protect this next wave.
This runs the risk of Doublelift sneaking in. They
don't
have...
Crepo, you got big hips!
Uh-oh, Pobelter gets caught as well!
Oh god, Pobelter dodging out the spear. That's exactly what they needed. Nobody following in onto Dexter. They were waiting for that focus out of the Zhonyas. Pobelter with a great flash, throws on Ghost, gives himself a bit of movement and mobility in the fight. Seraph, the spear almost coming over his shoulder and finishing out Pobelter. They're getting a little dragged into the pocket here that Crepo talks about. When they disengage is when you feel comfortable to go back in, and they feel comfortable. Now on to Seraph, and EG walks this one out to get the fight they want. Over the wall, Crepo comes up huge. Link is completely out of mana, so he tries to stay in Cougar form to get out, but it's no use.
What a fight for EG right there. Doublelift could never get proper position for the ambush. But the Samba continues down the mid lane.
Going round 2. This is actually good for EG. They get themselves into a position where they can get some pop shots on the turret. The teleport comes in, but was it too early?
There's no Twitcher yet.
And no, it's not. Double lift is still coming around the side. It's a perfect place to rat-a-tat-tat, but it's also a perfect place to get focused on. Pobelter's gonna come out and drop instantly. The triple kill right across the board. Is it gonna be a double lift penta? It doesn't look like he can get in range, but the health bars, they are ready for him to be taken down.
What a bunch of damage Double Lift just did to EG. That's the bad.
That was a very big spear. The cocoon is really all that Helios can offer here. Crepo could be in a very tight situation. There's the binding. There's the last spear necessary. And CLG is getting everything they want. Could be a final push.
And Dexter saved his Cataclysm, so it's 5 people with Baron right now, or 4 because Link was dead when it went off, and they're just going to be pushing this real strong. But Altec trying to do a big
Look at Altec on the other side. He's going hard on Corki.
We've seen this story before, Riv. It doesn't end well for EG.
He's going to try to back. EG goes into 2 base races in a row, now tempting a 5-man CLG team. Altec actually denies getting hit by a minion there somehow, makes it back to the team. They lose a Nexus turret, but are still alive to tell the story. Dexter keeps getting locked up one after the other. They finally throw a black shield to him for a bone. And it looks like he's going to be able to get out safely. But there's Double Lift on the front line again, and they say, no, 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 no. Let's get out. And he actually listens. Follow him.
They're going to hope to get this turret down before CLG can make it to the second exposed inhibitor, but I don't even know if EG had 5 people at that inhibitor, if they could realistically defend it with no turret, knowing that CLG has Baron and that Twitch. EG just hasn't been able to pull off any successful flanks with the Pobelter Twisted Fate. The whole idea of him getting on a Twitch just hasn't been realistic. Double Lift, he's real threatening right now.
There's a little pain there, has to walk back. Helios is left alone, and there's really nothing for him to jump to. Goes down, they even make sure of it with the flag toss. Helios down for 60. One more inhibitor turret down. They're not even going to get minions out of that one. They're just making sure if anything goes awry here, they'll have the upper hand. The teleport coming in on the super minion, so they can get some more pressure under the turret. That's going to be Inox now cataclysmed on. Pobelter tries to throw himself deep into the fight. Nobody can finish that one. He's going to go down after the Zanyas, and it's going to be the Nexus turrets as well. A hell of a game from both teams coming out. 12-8 the final score at 47 minutes. CLG tries to pad the stats a little bit more with this kill onto Altec. Double Lift shut down 8, 1, and 4. 47 minutes in, CLG takes down Evil Geniuses.
And you said it there, 47 minutes. Slow and steady did win the race that time for CLG, but that's not really how they've been picking up their wins this season. EG did a pretty good job of sticking with them throughout the moves, but CLG had the better late game composition the entire time, knew their path to victory and their win conditions, and they executed.
Really nothing else was done to kind of counteract